As always, don't forget to check the video description down below for the best prices on the parts and tools I use in today's project. Today, 2016 Nissan Altima front brake pads, rotors. Let's check it out. First thing we're going to do is find a great place to lift the car, which is going to be right here. Bam! You're also going to want to use a jack stand. Just put one right beside it. Never mind that I don't have one here. That's okay. I'm willing to take that risk. We got our wheel here, 21mm lug nuts. You're going to need your little key. And let me show you what I have here. This is a Milwaukee impact. And let me tell you, this will impact your life. Basically, we got 21s. And we're going to go ahead and bam. This thing has 1,100 foot-pounds of coming off torque power, which is a lot more than some of your traditional air impacts, which is amazing because this technology did not exist about five to 7 years ago. And that's it. And now we'll be looking at our brakes. So this is our rotor. This is our brake caliper, and inside here are our brake pads. And basically we just got these bolts here, which bolt in to our slide pins probably. So we're gonna take those bolts off, take this off, and then we'll be looking at your pads. Okay, now I'm gonna show you another amazing tool right here. Got a Milwaukee 3/8 ratchet and our 14mm socket. Use the gear wrench sockets, and we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna show you how easy and fast this comes off. Boom. And boom. So now, let's take these guys out. Boom, boom. And ta-da! We'll set this guy off to the side here. And oh, this is so cool. Sorry, I'm just looking at my phone. A little special feature about this phone. Alright, 1, 2, that's it. Then, if you were changing your rotor, I'm not changing my rotor, but I'll still show you what you need to know. 7/8 socket, and you could even take like a Milwaukee impact, and you could jump in the car, turn the wheel out so that this thing comes this way, and you could just bump this off with a 7/8, or you could take a 1/2 inch and just, you know, take your 1/2 inch and take that off. And when you take that off and you take this bolt off, this will allow you to pull this bracket off, and then this rotor, you can see just wiggling. Ah, there goes my caliper. The rotor will just slide off. You put your new one on, and that's it, guys. It's a really simple project. Everything going back on comes off about the same. The other thing, every time you're gonna want to take these slide pins out and you're gonna lube them up with grease. The other thing is you'll take your old pad, you'll stick it in here, and you'll take a C-clamp. Ta-da! Magic! So here's my C-clamp. We're just gonna set this up, and what you're gonna want to do is you'll twist this guy until this piston, the end of this piston, is flush with this caliper. So once you do that, you will be able to put your caliper back onto here over your new pads. And also the rotor. So just a little philosophy on replacing rotors. It's so cheap now. Like when you click on that link for the description for like an Amazon link for a pads and rotors package, you're probably going to be looking at like 50, 60, I don't know, maybe $70. But back in the old day, you know, you just buy them at your part stores, and you might spend $40 on a set of brake pads. So I'd really say just replace your pads and rotors every time. It's affordable. It's also gonna assure, you know, you get your warpage out of your rotors. You know, when you hit the brakes and it's rum 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 rum, it's gonna get that out every time. And because you can turn them, you could take this to a part store and have it turned for about $8. But when you turn it, it's gonna make it skinnier and it's gonna warp easier. So my philosophy is just replace pads and rotors every time, just because it's affordable, that affordable. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Okay, so I went to put this back together, and I was like, you know what? They probably want to know about this. So this is the new pad, And I want you to notice how it's in. See, there's nothing at the bottom. That just goes in normal. And this, see how that was in there? You just squeeze, push down. Oh. And then it just goes right in like that. So that is how that craziness works. There you go. Merry Christmas.